Many of you out there may have looked into investing some of your retirement savings into an annuity product of some sort. One of the things we get asked very commonly when talking about annuities is how popular are they? Is it a very big industry? And what should we know about it, right? Watch this video and find out how big annuities blew up in 2023. Thanks for stopping by the channel. I'm Logan Sadler, the host here of the Financial Beat, also the Chief Investment Officer here at Regary Financial. So one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about today in today's video was annuities. Many of the clients that we deal with as you're approaching retirement years, or maybe starting retirement, there's a lot of different tools and things like that you could use, right? You got stocks, you got bonds, you got mutual funds, you got real estate, and then you have the insurance side of the world, which may include annuities. One of the things we hear a lot is, of course, there's many different complexities around annuities, many different pros and cons that you definitely want to look into and make sure you understand if you are buying an annuity to use as a piece of the portfolio, you understand what you're using it for, as well as some of the intricate parts of the ins and outs of the contract. So one of the things I was very blown away with, which I wanted to bring here to you guys, was I was shocked. So again, typically, things go up and down in tandem with the markets and things like that, right? But one of the things that I thought was very, very shocking was how big of a year annuities had overall as an industry. So when you look here at the numbers, they had a record year, which again broke 2022's record. They did $385 billion was added into the annuity world last year. That's a good split between fixed deferred rate annuities, which is like a multi-year guaranteed CD. You had fixed index annuities, which can have a cap or a participation rate based off of the market and are safe and conservative and can kind of grow with the markets to some aspect. Then they had income annuities. Those were kind of the three of the top ones that had absolute record years inside of that. And I wanted to break that article down because I did think that was fascinating. A lot of money, 23% more was poured in 2023, which is, really just record numbers there as far as that goes. But I wanted to break it down to why that might be into three reasons. Number one, I think one of the big things, the biggest reason for it was you had a very volatile year in 2022 where we saw a lot of uncertainty into the markets, and many experts out there were forecasting some sort of a downward trajectory, possibly in 2023. And so what you see during uncertain times is people flock towards safe investments, right? Whether that's CDs, whether that's treasuries, whether that's money markets, or maybe even annuities. So annuities were really a saving grace or a sound mind for a lot of people out there when they were looking for some sort of place to stop the bleeding of the markets or to help give them some sort of peace of mind with their investments. A lot of people shot that way, which is why you might have seen record numbers there. Number two, interest rates, right? As interest rates rise, annuities are typically positively affected, meaning that if it has a cap, the caps are typically higher. If the participation rates are there, typically the insurance company will give a higher participation rate based off the market, or even income payouts. You saw a lot of income payouts drastically increase this year or during 2023 to pay out even more lifetime income. So a lot of you out there are using these types of assets like an annuity for safe growth or for guaranteed income. And so when you have very high interest rates, it makes it really attractive for a lot of people who maybe were on the fence or considering an annuity to really jump in and look at maybe some alternatives that you might be able to get inside of those higher interest rate annuities. So that would have been the second reason you may have seen people jump in there. The third reason I would say is they've really actually adapted the products a lot over the last few years. Many of you might know I'm not super pro annuity. I don't think everybody out there deserves an annuity, but I think they can be a piece of the puzzle. One of the nice parts about the annuities nowadays is some of them offer guaranteed income or decent rates of growth, or they offer a guaranteed rate of growth, or they may even offer some type of long-term care coverage or some type of death benefit. They have a lot of different components that can be stripped down or added to some of these annuity contracts, which can make them very fascinating when you're building out a retirement plan and using all of these different pieces of the puzzle. And then you start to incorporate an annuity as a piece of that. Some of those intricate parts you could add on to some of those can be very valuable when building out a retirement plan. So I think those are three of the reasons you saw such a large leap into the insurance world, into the annuity world this year. And it's going to be a heck of an industry to sit back and watch and see how they keep adapting and how some of the interest rate environments may continuously affect the annuities, but also how more and more people continue to incorporate them into their plan. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you want to find out more on annuities and see if maybe it's something you should consider or wanting just to understand some information about them, check out some of our other videos we've done here on the channel on annuities, some of the pros and cons and things maybe you just might want to educate yourself on. We'll be back here again with another video. I'm Logan Sadler. Thanks for stopping by.